Hey folks, let's try and find the LCD when our fractions look a little bit more convoluted. So the first thing I want to do, I want to take a look at my denominator in my first fraction and then my denominator in my second fraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break both of these down. The first thing I want to do is factor them. So when I look at 3x squared minus 6x, if I look at this, I can see they have an x in common, so I can take that out. And they also have a 3 in common. So I'm going to factor out the GCF. I'm going to get a 3x, and we're going to go x minus 2. And let me just put some, like a little division bar, just so we have separation here. When I look at x squared minus 4x plus 4, I've got that quadratic expression, and maybe I'm going to take a look and see if I can factor it into some linear factors. I need two numbers that multiply to 4 and, multiply to positive 4 and add to negative 4. And I'm going to do negative 2 and negative 2, right? Because if I do x minus 2x minus 2, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, but negative 2 plus a negative 2 is negative 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as x minus 2 squared. All right, so I've broken down each of my denominators, and now I'm going to build my least common denominator. So every factor over here needs to be represented in my LCD. So I'm going to start with a 3. I see a 3 here. I don't see any 3's here, so I'm going to include that in my LCD. I see an x in this first fraction's denominator. I don't see any x's here. Okay, so I'm going to include that in my LCD. I see an x minus 2 to the first and x minus 2 squared here. And I always want to take the highest power of any factor. So I'm going to put x minus 2 squared. And that is going to be my LCD. And what we're going to see in the next example is how to take these fractions that have different denominators, use that LCD to get common denominators, and then we can add and subtract the fractions like we were doing at the beginning of this section. All right, thanks so much. Bye.